welcome to episode 3 of The Burning Table. Before we get started, I'd like to give a shout out to all of our subscribers. And I'm going to turn it over to Allie for special birthday shout outs.
Hello! Happy birthday to my sister, who I left her birthday so I could come play the Burning Wheel tonight. So happy birthday to my sister. She subscribed. If you haven't checked it out, she's a big fan of our Burn After Watching thing.
Narrative telephone game
that we took from Critical Role for their Coming Back 100 episode thing.
Yeah. We all thought we were Liam, and we all realized very quickly we were actually Sam and Ashley. So
I'm very excited to get to try because I told the story, so that was super exciting. So happy birthday to my sister, Jay!
Happy birthday! And shout out to the 4 other subscribers that are not us.
Because we subscribe.
I know.
Right? Shout out to the 4 other subscribers.
Yeah. And the 71 other people who watched this video and watched our last video. Yeah. Don't know who you are, don't know how you found us, but don't care. Like, guys are so awesome.
Also, future plans. By our next 3-ish episodes, we're going to hopefully be streaming on Twitch.
Ooh,
fancy. I think that's it as far as announcements go. We don't have any announcements.
No.
We're not
I have no
special.
announcements.
We're not
No.
Yeah.
Alright. So,
Link in the bio.
Leave them out.
I am Skala, the Game Master for today. We will go around as per usual and go over instincts and beliefs of each character, and then we will go into scene 1. C, would you like to start?
Oh, sure. Hi guys, I'm Sarah. I will be playing C, or Celia Havenhart. So, my beliefs are, I've tweaked them once more. So my first belief is I live to serve Earth, its creatures, and the ancient order. I will protect them at any cost. Second belief, I believe the island holds the secrets to my past, and I must go to it in order to fulfill my destiny as the Marked One. And, I don't know, very fancy. 3, I believe the attack on my former Ecclesia Outpost Temple was an inside job, and I will uncover the truth. Instincts. 1, if I pass a place of learning, I must go in and conduct research. 2, evade all questions and comments about my scar. And 3, this is a new one, or revamped one, right? I must help a creature that is being mistreated or in trouble, but this does not include trouble as in the natural cycle of life, right? So if a sparrow gets hawk comes out somewhere, right? Gets a sparrow. I'm not gonna damn you off. Or if they're cows, right, being on a farm, I'm not gonna disrupt.
First of all, we save all cows.
But you best believe if somebody is kicking a dog somewhere, I'm going to find them. I'm going to hurt them.
You know what's going to happen now, right?
Oh yeah.
There's definitely a dog getting kicked because we can't kick cows in this campaign.
Kick cows, no.
They will not have it.
No.
They will leave.
No cow kicking.
That's good. But I figured that little adjustment to the third one, it makes sense why I would help.
I love
good
it.
old dragon. So
are we also doing traits?
Are we doing traits?
Yeah, we should.
Oh, okay, we're doing traits. Yeah. So my character traits are: I am a Eurodite. I am restless. I am faithful, which means I can do magical miracle stuff. but you know what they in side note on the book they say you have to have some sort of gesture or vocal thing. This is gonna be mine. Just
beautiful.
Yeah.
But
yes.
Do the eyes too.
Do the eyes. Anyway, and I am a tonsword, which means my head is shaven. Still not amused about that, but that's okay. But it does add 1d+ affiliation, and I can perform ceremonies or rituals. So, if anyone needs a bar mitzvah,
there we go.
C's got you. Alright, take it away.
Hi everybody, I'm Mitch, and I am playing Levi Warren. My beliefs are: my hardships are deserved, a penance for losing my way. My uncle saved my life when he put me back on the right track. I owe him everything. And I will hone my skills to the maximum of their potential. My instincts are, I am compelled to protect those of noble blood. I can't let a boast go unchallenged. And I am too quick to let my blade solve my problems. Character traits, royal favorite, addicted, and mercenary. And die traits, cold-blooded and outlaw.
Nice.
Take it away. No magic for me.
No magic.
No.
Hi, I'm Allie, and I am playing Thea Copperbond. My beliefs are I will find and be reunited with Heathcliff Vanguard and defend his name. I will earn the respect. I don't know why they make fun of Heathcliff so much. I will earn the respect I deserve, and people will follow me. I think it's important to keep people guessing about who I am until I get to where I want to be. My instincts are I will always accept a challenge or a bet, even when it is not in my best interest. I rarely give an honest or straight answer unless I really trust somebody. I naturally change my accent, though my real one comes out when I'm angry. My traits, my die traits are I'm a light sleeper and I'm cold-hearted. I know you cannot believe this. And my call-on traits are I am charismatic, which I know you can believe. And one more thing before we go on, because I don't feel like typing it in the description, we are not going to be putting our Artho awards in the video. We are going, you'll see, it was in our last video, you'll see like little thingies popping up, and that'll show you what we've decided people earned Artha for during the game. Yeah, it's easier that way so you don't have to watch us deliberate and go back and forth, and you'll see like little things pop up here. Sarah's will come up as purple, Mitch's will come up as red, and mine will come up as pink.
Obviously.
And if,
You mean Levi's will come up?
yes, and if we do any GM
actually,
awards,
Mitch.
we'll put them as green.
Levi's is green.
Yeah, we'll put them as green so you guys can see the difference if you catch it. That's all.
Spot them all.
Alright.
Yeah, spot them all. We can
Spot
put the
'em all.
pineapple in psych.
Oh
Try to
yeah.
find it.
Alright. Roll the opening animation.
And opening credits.
Is that it?
Alright.
We don't have one?
I could put the thing.
We don't have the money for that.
Not in the budget.
We have 8
Who do you
subscribers.
think? Who do you think we are?
One of our 8 subscribers.
We're 4.
For the win this room.
Listen, that's sponsorship money. I don't know what you talking about.
Yeah,
That's
we put the money.
That's Bomba sock money. Like,
All of our
we
money
need that
goes to
money.
this equipment. You see it? This is where the money went.
Exactly.
Also, if anyone wants to do some animations,
If you want to animate our
Yes.
title,
hey.
Do we want to do a before we start recap, or do we want to save that for Debival recaps? You guys will find out about the
we can do a recap.
Yeah, we can do it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Who
we
And
wants
then
to
if
do
we do Debival, we'll.
We'll switch
We'll
it
edit,
out.
yeah.
Well, last time, my good friend Levi and I here, we were running away while we were in Salter, and Norlode created the distraction for us while we jumped into an apple cart. I met my guy Samuel, and he gave me an apple cart because he's a really nice guy.
Very trusting.
Yeah. He didn't even like.
He didn't take my money.
Yeah, not even.
We're getting 60% and he's getting 40% of the money.
I forgot about that.
Not even taking a good deal. Like,
No. Actually, I really want. It was 50%, but then 10% is going to the dragon.
Yes, so he gets 60.
Yeah.
I mean, we get 60, he gets 40,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
it's 25-25. I don't know, I didn't do the math.
Yeah, you're doing
20,
25.
10 for the dragon.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like
Yeah,
that.
I think the way
25.
Samuel sees it is like,
That's
she's got a fucking dragon. We've never seen a dragon outside of the 6, so she's got to be something important. He's kind of taking a risk with this whole thing.
Very important. And then we went through the forest. Levi and I came to an understanding that we are going to try to trust each other a little bit. And then he took me to a tavern after we ran away from some horsey carts that we heard.
Horsey.
And then we met our bald friend.
Again, I just C appreciates that, like, you referred to, like, the first thing you know was, like, the bald part is sticky, not the scar, but
Yeah.
Sarah is very confused, but...
Well, she's very bald, and so I gave her a gold for being bald.
You definitely did.
For your troubles.
Horrible.
Well, I don't know the difference, honestly. So Celia learned a new spell. Ooh, but we didn't get to see what it was because she was learning. So she learned a new spell. The two of them got into a fight because Levi threatened her because he's a douche.
Yeah.
And
that's fair.
Vertval came out, made an appearance, and caused some trouble.
Mhm.
Celia explained the issues with having a little baby dragon running around. And then...
Which I feel like Levi explained multiple times.
No,
but it didn't penetrate.
But
No.
she put it in fancy terms.
Yes,
That's why.
she is fancy. And then the bells were tolling.
And the High Priestess died.
Yeah. And C got a mysterious message.
That came at the same time as the bells tolled.
Very
Sounds
strange.
like
Yeah.
sounds like murder to me.
Nothing brings a party together quite like murder, right?
And
Very
so
true.
I said, "Are we traveling together, friends?"
We are.
And they became the unlikely trio.
Yeah, really.
All right, beautiful. So at this point, we're gonna assume you guys were traveling on Saren's Road for a while. We'll probably say around 5 days passed along this trip, just from you guys taking room and board along the way, and you're about probably a full night away from getting to the Feast of Dragons. Where you are currently, now that you are closer, you're on Saren's Road, where it looks like almost like a flea market type area. There's plenty of different stalls, trading posts, things like that there. Do you guys have that on your stuff?
What was that?
Oh, you want me to
the map.
open the map?
Yeah. Sorry.
So
My
so what you'll have is you'll have the just to give you an example. This is a mixture of
I knew
common
there was
people
a-
and nobles. So there's a bunch of people. Everybody's just traveling to the feast. A lot
Saren's
of families.
Road?
Yes.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
that one. Perfect. So you'll see there's a clothing stand, there's a farmer's market, figurine stand, exotic foods, aura readings, a gambling booth, a blacksmith,
can't believe it. Oh boy.
a trader stall, cultist priest area, and a
Like-
noble's check-in.
Wait, when you say cultist priest, do you mean like an outside religion, outside of the ecclesia, or like?
Guess you're gonna have to find out.
No, I
Might have to find out.
Oh
Might
God.
have to
Okay.
find out. When we get there, we'll see. He's
okay.
gonna be saying something, but as of now, we don't know
Oh,
what
okay.
he's
Okay.
applying.
Oh, that's right. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
what is
boy.
all of this stuff?
Are we there now? Here. So before we go
Yeah,
in,
you guys have just arrived at this
Okay.
area where.
Can we like back up a little, just a little bit to this morning,
Yeah.
so I can have a kumbaya.
Yeah,
so like
absolutely.
we're like packing the stuff. So C will come over and just go. So last night got a little heated. I just want to say, why don't we start over? I do apologize. I should not have faulted you for mistrusting. Right. The baby. I don't know about the threat, but I understand. I understand where
I
you're
don't-
coming from.
I don't think you need to apologize. I just appreciate that you do understand.
Good.
That I felt like what we were hiding was worth getting serious over.
No, I understand. I mean, it is a dragon. I get that. Sometimes, let's just say, it's been a while since I've been outside into normal civilization, and sometimes I forget that in order to preserve the truth, sometimes you need to lie. So I won't question, but I hope you do know that I am here to help you both and this little fella over here in any way I can. I do think I have a couple connections. I trust them. I mean, well, it's been a couple of years, but I trust them, and we will see.
Be careful with connections and letting anybody else know. I must say, though, I was actually kind of impressed. Usually, a not-so-veiled threat would elicit a more cowardly response.
Well,
You have steel in your bones, I think.
well, no offense to you, but I face much scarier things. Anyway,
Well,
so
to a fresh start.
my name is Celia.
Levi,
Nice to meet you.
nice to meet you.
Ms. Thea, I believe for the time being, since it's so early in the morning, I believe for the time being, of course, Levi, you know these roads as much as, as well as I do. I think it should be okay if we let him out, but maybe stay underneath. Where did you get all these apples from?
Oh, I need to sell them, actually.
Did she come with the apples?
It's okay. Vertfall is okay with being in the bag. He was out all night, right, Vertfall? Yes.
No, she didn't.
Do you want to
come
hold
with
him?
the-
Oh. Hello. Well. Huh. What, may I?
He's very sweet.
This is so weird. do you,
May I?
this is,
So,
Best prop ever.
see, as you were holding it,
Uh-huh.
you felt something strange. You felt almost a connection to this dragon, almost like you could kind of understand it without even speaking to it.
How old is this?
Only a few months.
so, where are you from again?
This place called Eso de Proct.
Huh.
Never heard of that city.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you also worship dragons, so...
I don't
Well,
worship dragons.
technically, it's not the dragons we worship. I'll explain on the way there.
Yes, keep
it's
explaining.
it's a long process. Okay, are we ready?
Should he go back in the bag? Are we done?
I'll sit with him back in the apple cart.
Yeah,
And
so
so as I'm doing this, what secrets do I learn?
what? So
A baby.
I would say, as you're holding it,
Yeah.
it doesn't actually speak to you at
Uh-huh.
this point,
Uh-huh.
but you get a flash, and
Ooh.
what you're seeing is actually the hatching of this dragon, and you see a very, very large shadow of a dragon kind of hovering over it, and it gives a loud screech, a screech that you recognize as the screech of the Regulax, the noble dragon who has not been around for around 20 years.
So this is C's face on the inside. This is her on the outside. Interesting.
What happened?
I said, oh, I'm gonna have an accidental big dragon. He's not gonna stop growing.
You know, like it's like when you adopt a dog and they're like, no, it'll only get to be like 30
Wesley!
pounds. Wesley!
Literally
I know exactly what you're talking about.
He'll only be 20 pounds.
Why is he
40.
75 pounds?
Oh boy. And after that she goes, maybe you should go underneath the apples. Go on, friend. Just go.
I'll put them away.
Okay. Okay, so now, thank you. So now we can time
No
skip.
problem. Yeah, and again, we've seen very few interactions with Thea's dragon, with the common people, this and that. So we really don't know how people react. My kind of idea of it is, if something like this were to actually happen, right, it'd probably be people would have diverse beliefs, right? Some people may not be intimidated by it. Some may see her as, just from the culture of the lands, this is a noble woman, this and that. Other people may feel differently.
Should I do some lore drop?
Yeah, if you want
Okay, I
to
got
give
this,
the audience some
guys.
backstory.
Yeah, I got this, guys. So C will be explaining this to
Yeah,
Thea.
we're on the road
This
now.
will be,
Yeah.
but I'll also explain it to you. Okay. So, the religion in this world is there's only really one, right? I mean, there's cults and stuff like that, but it's just called the ecclesia or the church, right?
The church.
So, oh yeah, I'll explain that. See, so we don't exactly worship the dragons,
Right.
so the ancient origin story is the idea that there's this force called Omni, right, who created everything.
Okay.
They created the earth, the creatures, right. And as Omni grew, the earth grew. But until it got to the point where Omni felt that there was enough, but they wanted change. So then, in turn, they created the vacuum. So the vacuum, while Omni creates, the vacuum destroys, right? Life and death.
Like balance, yes.
Exactly. So, generally, whether it's the ecclesia, right, or even fringe religions, that, we can all generally agree on this point. There is these two deities, even though we kind of consider them one, right? Omni and vacuum, right? Now, the dragons, they created our land, right? So our land, our earth was this wild, untamable place filled with chaos and creatures, right? But the 6 dragons came along, and Tula in particular, Tula the dragon is the church, right? It's the church. When they stomped on the ground, they tapped into the Omni and Vacuum's presence, and both destroyed the entire earth, but also made it livable for all of us. So the dragons, I wouldn't say we worship them. It's more like maybe guardians, so to speak. They're acolytes, they're vessels, they're instruments. It's almost like an extension of that power, right? But manifesting. Now, again, these beliefs widely vary. That's the official, right? That's the official text. But then there are other sects that believe the dragons are gods. They are the direct thing, right? It just depends on your flavor. So bringing it back to our little fellow over here. I think I know somebody within the ecclesia that will accept them. I know of at least 2 people, the head librarian, the head archivist, and the head researcher. I'm just afraid because now, even though it's the same technically religion, right, because everything's so spread out, everything gets, everyone has a little bit flavor. I'm afraid people are either going to freak out because, you somehow have this keeper, right, of this holy object, or, maybe they'll be fine. But I think if we talk to my past 2 mentors first, they have a better beat on how. I'm sorry, what's our dragon's name again? Verdval's presence. So until then, well, at least we're in the city. I think it would be best if I get there as soon as possible. Find a place they'll know where to keep him.
I think you must understand as well, from a historical point of view, and it's been a while since I've thought of this or gone over my histories, but we've had the 6 dragons in our land, and we've always had the 6 dragons in our land. They've never been babies, they never grew old.
Well,
Men have grown old and died around them, but they're still there.
Exactly. Even our origin story, they came fully grown, right? At least in the lore, it's presumed that they were, they came out fully formed, right?
And the history as well.
History, yeah, that's how we're taught, right?
That's the way the records have been kept.
Exactly. So, I mean, whether that's true, there is some seed of truth in it, right? So, a baby dragon might mess them up a little bit.
Might make some waves.
Yes.
And get us a lot of attention.
And the last thing we want is for that little fella to fall into the wrong hands.
I don't know how to explain this to you, so I'm going to try my best. I understand what you are trying to say to me, but what you are saying to me is like, oh, we didn't know that apples grow on trees. We just thought apples are always on trees. That they didn't start as little tree and then came up as a big tree. You just make it sound like, oh, there's just always been apples. This tree has always been an apple tree. Just because you didn't see this apple tree be planted and grow, that you now believe that this apple tree has always existed. You must understand how that's a little off-putting when most of us have seen baby dragons to some degree.
Well, when you say most of us...
Well, where I'm from, not where you're from.
Yeah.
Well, think about it this way. Where we're from, if you have an apple, you get to be king.
Yeah.
And there aren't apple trees.
Because
I don't understand.
Think of it this way. So even though
just a dragon makes you a king?
So think of it this way.
Dragons choose who rules.
So there are...
They're not animals. They're wise,
So-
elder creatures.
I think the proper word for how we think about dragons is a demigod, right? Demigods are not just...
Heathcliff is like a demigod. Vertval is beautiful, but
But see, that's the difference, though. Like, he's very cute, but in our culture, I don't know how they would take him. Because in our, again, the god, like, it's almost like, how do I put this? Like, going back to the apples, right? It's like being told, apples just appear. And suddenly this, what you thought was this magical, miraculous thing,
I
it
come
turns
with
out
a
it's
sapling and then...
Exactly.
Right,
and then suddenly it's like...
I could plant a bunch of apple trees. Why are you guys freaking out?
Exactly. Like, they're
right, like
they're
everybody
just as,
where I'm from would be a king.
Exactly. They're just as infallible. Well, I think that the deeper thing is, too, is they are just as infallible as us. Right. There is nothing
that makes
grand
them, right,
or
okay,
holy.
okay.
Right. Not to say that, they're I am fascinated to find out whether that dragon is related to our dragon.
Never seen the one that we saw with Norlo. I've never seen something like that.
Oh, so
you've never seen. Wait, I don't understand.
Yeah. So are dragons usually that like?
No, it's not that they're like. I mean, he's a baby. He's a baby, but like Norlo's dragon was like in the sea and like a monster.
But that's
so
how...
where you come from, dragons roam the land like beasts.
Not really. It's not. I'm not saying that like every child has a dragon. It's a very hard thing to come by and own a dragon. It's not. That's not what I'm saying. It's just they're not. What's the word I'm looking for? They're not as scary as they are here.
So using like this apple cart, like how big do they get? Like this big?
I don't know. I never saw like a giant dragon like the one that was
Are they
the Norlo Sea.
Are they usually like human sized or?
The ones that I've seen don't get terribly larger than Vertval because how would you keep them in your house if they got...
Well, now you understand our confusion, right? Right. You understand our confusion because when you came over and like we have a dragon, we think of the
I'm not saying that there's not the Norlo dragon.
Yes,
I'm just saying that like we don't keep Norlo dragons in our houses.
Caspian, yeah. Okay, so this makes much more sense.
Right.
Because I was thinking here, like, you have a enormous tank.
I mean, maybe Vertval will get super big and then he will be a really good dragon to ride.
Well, hopefully
he might.
He's more like the other dragons where you come
pocket
from.
sized.
Why?
Well,
he's my best friend.
So maybe to make things a little easier, like dragons, like the Norlo's dragon, Caspian, right? That's a big D dragon, right? And this one's just like a lowercase d dragon. But it would be interesting to see how they're connected.
Were you a giant baby?
Well, I mean, my head was a little bit bigger than average.
Were you
but,
also
know.
bald as a baby?
I mean, aren't most babies bald?
I don't know. I wasn't aware of what that looked like when I was a baby.
You know, like this is shaven, right? So
Why?
real quick. So you can't just ask why people's bald heads are bald, Karen.
God.
God, you can't just ask why people's heads are bald. I don't know. So in the Ecclesia, for temple acolytes, they make which is basically, you know, the starter, the beginning level, right? We shave our heads in order to designate between higher rankings, right? So if you're the high priestess, actually our high priestess was bald, but it's chosen after you become either a nun, a monk, priest, right? You have the option. Most of them choose either to not be fully bald, but have have a little bit of hair, undercut, above cut, whatever they feel is fitting. It's just
So how high ranked are you?
not very high ranked.
I think you're pretty cool. They should rank you higher.
Well,
Oh.
I appreciate that. I appreciate it.
You seem really smart. A lot of the people where I'm from, when they're in the church, they're a little crazy.
Well, we have those too.
But they don't have like conversations with you. I mean, clearly we have different opinions and views, but they don't have like normal conversations. It's like, oh, Bea, if you gamble again, we're going to put you in the stockade, and no one's ever going to talk to you again.
Yeah.
They do that here too.
They do
I'm
that.
just kidding.
too.
It's not the priests that say that. Everybody says that to me.
You have lived a very colorful life. I'm starting to realize why you would have come over here. Oh, well, thank you.
Who's Heathcliff?
Yeah.
He's the best.
Is he like?
He's
You
like
said he was like a demigod.
he's
Is he
like
like
your
a-
dragon riders, I guess. He's like the equivalent of your dragon riders.
But who is he?
But
He's like Norlo. You know how like Norlo runs the sea? He's like
Yeah.
that.
Ah, okay.
Like, you know how like Norlo, like
Yeah.
He's the only one I met here that I
Okay.
understand.
Oh,
or
no.
or maybe that scary guy that was like also kind of attractive in a weird old guy kind of way.
Who was that?
Arwen?
Out of character. Who is that?
Arwen.
Oh, okay. I'm like, you described like half of our NPCs.
Skala choosing old ass men.
Silver foxes over here.
Yeah, apparently I have really good taste in men.
Yeah, really.
Daddy Arwen.
Daddy Norlo.
Alright.
I guess, I mean, they're the only two that I met that are like your kings or your nobility. I don't know what you call it.
Not
Nobility.
kings.
Nobility.
Kings, not anymore.
Okay.
Not anymore.
So, okay. But, yeah, he's like a Norlo, I guess. He run, you know, like how Norlo, he runs the sea, he got the dragon, he runs what else does he run? He has all those boats that come in, and then he's got that sea bitch, and then you know what I'm talking about?
What is she referring to? Is she referring to the dragon as the sea bitch?
No, that was the tavern in Salton.
Okay.
Sea bitch is a good name for a dragon, though. Bertval, do you want to change your name to sea bitch?
Oh boy.
Um,
Oh boy.
so he's like that. He's like the coolest guy I've ever met. And he's like super powerful, and he's super nice, and he's super handsome, and he's pretty much like the greatest person. You guys are great, but he's like the greatest person I've ever met.
I mean, with all of that accomplishments, I mean, I take no offense.
Right, and he's like not even 30 yet or something like that.
So are you?
Impressive.
Yeah. So are you noble then, or?
I don't know exactly how you like do that terminology
I mean, I guess
here.
in your country.
Nobility is a weird thing in my country. We don't have dragons that make you noble, you know?
Mm-hmm.
You're the best at the thing, and then you become the ruler. That's how it works.
You're the best at the thing.
What-
and you
what
become the
thing?
ruler?
Like,
Okay.
like if you're the best like farmer, do you become?
Well, you could be. If you... we don't have a lot of farms. It's not really like...
What?
There's not like space for that.
What? How do you eat?
told you I'm a vegetarian, right? I eat apples, I eat fruit.
But those come from. You know what? Continue.
Well, no, there's farm, and then there's like, what is the word you have? The like the pastures and the cattle farming,
Yes.
and we don't have that. We have, like, fruits and vegetables and like starchy things, and then these like packaged things that you go into a store and you just take them and then you can eat them and they're like instant. You like add water to it.
What are you adding water to?
Like food. So like there's places, right? So you don't have to waste the space growing food. You just go to a store and you like take the food and then you open it and put it in and then you put the water in. You heat it up.
But what kind of store though? Is it
Like a general store. Like a store that you buy things in, where you like go get things for your house and you go get like supplies for your animals, or like you could get your clothes there.
You mean like a blacksmith or a
No,
tailor,
a blacksmith. You have to be to go to a blacksmith.
Let's just continue. Okay, so I guess my question is, what brings you here?
That is an interesting question.
I mean, if you know.
Okay, since we're being honest here.
What are we
Or,
walking into Gorchester?
Exactly.
Well, I don't know.
Well, I mean, like, we have.
You don't know?
I came here to get away from where I'm from, not to do anything.
I was hired to bring you to Gorchester, and it was said that the destination would make itself clear. And when it wound up, I was picking up a person, I would imagine that you'd be able to tell me where we were going.
I don't know, Gorchester sounds nice though. Well, it kind of sounds like a fat man, but...
I guess my question is not so much, what do you have any long-term plans? Like, do you want to
I'm
settle
going to
here?
start the business, and then I'm going to go home,
Okay.
and I'm going to be like super awesome.
Alright.
So, the
So
apple...
I'm starting with apples, but really, hear me out, okay? I'm thinking,
We're traveling, by the way.
if we can get like a cow,
A cow.
right? You use those for meat?
Yes.
Okay. We can get the cow, and then we make a lot of baby cows,
Uh-huh.
and then we'll put them on the ship, and then we'll bring them over to the other island.
Like a ranch?
Sure. Do you think we can make a ranch on the ship? Ship ranch. That is my new goal.
That.
I wonder if we could get to Gorchester any faster.
Yeah, do you think so? I think I asked all the questions.
You don't think that's a good idea?
I mean,
Listen, if I were to come back with cattle.
so let me get this straight. You have dragons,
Yeah.
but you don't have cows.
Well, we don't eat dragons.
You came here on a boat.
So,
Yeah.
From this place?
Yeah.
I've never heard of this city.
Have you ever heard of anything outside of your Gorchester?
Yes, there's Gorchester, Saltern.
there's Breton, there's the forest.
I mean, like the other countries.
I mean,
There's the Isle past the storms where they send
Yeah.
the prisoners and the...
I mean,
That's
kind
I've
of
read.
barbaric.
I've read about other countries, but I mean, I've read them in my research, but I've never heard of.
The six dragons have ruled all the lands.
No, they rule your lands.
Well, I do know, there are other, countries outside of here, but again,
I'm just
it's more for
fucking with you guys.
insight check.
I'm just fucking with you.
What do you mean?
We have a dragon that rules us too.
You know what? I kind of believed the other thing.
Great, believe what you want.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, you know what?
Verthval's descendant of a great dragon. Aren't you, Verthval? Yes. He says yes.
What does Verthval do right now?
Verthval just kind of looks up and just...
That's my baby.
Well, we know.
On
Okay.
the road again.
So you guys are on the road. You are getting closer,
Should've
and you
bought-
see
we should have
the
bought beeswax.
the flea market area where they have all the kind of stands set up. You're getting very close to the Feast of Dragons, close to Gorchester. You guys are free to do whatever you want in this area or to proceed on your travels, completely up to you. As I said before, you have the closing stand, farmer's market, exotic foods, gambling booth, blacksmith, noble check-in. There's a cultist priest doing their thing over there. Trader stall, an aura readings booth, and yeah.
I am staying.
A little puppy with wings before kind of like the shattering of everything that he was ever taught and known.
You just have all this money that I'm just like.
Yep.
So with 200 apples, you have 500.
500 golden dragons.
Hey.
All right.
C will noticeably be like back a couple.
Are you reading
no,
Aura
no.
today?
She's gonna be back a
So
couple.
she's reading so much
Kinda
aura,
like-
and she just kind of looks at Thea.
like
and
kind
she's
of
just
out.
Wait your turn, please. You guys are at the exotic food
Is
stand.
there funnel cake though? Like that's all. Is there funnel cake?
Chocolate, chocolate,
There is definitely chunky. Hey, Vegas. Levi's right. The people.